might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. Eagles. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why you treat black men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Marr now to kick this one away.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Mike 54! Oh, yeah.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
54, 54. Tyson. 25, check 25. 5'9". Hey, exit.
Right there. 54, right there. 54.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 46 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me. I think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over, yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Elliott. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On third down, Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Check.
The first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Elliott. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Here we go, 46.
Watch twins.
46.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Lefty, lefty. Here, shift. 81, 81.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I got
Go.
Tighten up.
Wentz now on first down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Yes. They force Tokyo.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
Watch the curl. He's checking.
Trace 87.
On first down, it's Howard trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Elliott running right. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Here, shift.
You got tight right there. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Hey, rip 5-2, on here.
Hey, turn it up.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Watch the
Shift. Hey, bunch.
Running from the gun with Howard. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14.
Brings
up 3rd down.
Watch out.
Here, shift.
Play.
Great 15.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
Here we go.
3 buzz.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
50 seconds to Mike. Get that quarterback.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get.
You know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Let's go, defense.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
You got it.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Howard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, empty. Kill. Hey, seam 6.
Wentz to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 37 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw over the middle, taken in. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again, Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they try.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Here we go, 47.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, baby. Return over. Get that 26.
Back to it after the pick-6. Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. and them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. Badgley now to kick this one away.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Go. 180! Come on. Kill.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Lefty.
Check 31.
Here, shoot. Right flank.
Hey, check motion man.
Sunday. Hey, Alpha. Motion man.
Now Wentz. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Lynch by three. Kill. Hey, Haywood.
49.
Two jet.
Too little, cut. 49.
X3. 218, chopper.
Get the ball.
Lynch by 7. Hey, Zoo.
Under crunch.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Man 5-7. Bud.
49. Drop deep. 49's the mic.
Throwing is Wentz. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now Benjamin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hey, 79! 79!
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon, and he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And he's got it. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Step round 80! 390!
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he is into the end zone. Angeles punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Hey, high 7!
They run with Howard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run. And it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 35-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This guy's spent 5 years as a Charger. Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Sproles. And he is brought down at the 22. After a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
King on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rip right. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
61, matchbox right.
49.
Wentz going to throw, and that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wentz now to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 22-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
At the 28-yard line.
81. Hey, echo.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, exit.
Now Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 83 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, let's go!
The Charger drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. This pass finds its way to Williams, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. To throw, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down. Third and long for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Sunday. Bravo.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hey, check.
And the blitz does come. Aguilar has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now it's Sproles. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Desmond King making the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Sproles. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
16 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Here we go. Waiting.
49. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Bang. Sunday. Bang. 25.
Great.
25. Check 25.
Let's find 7.
From the red zone now, Wentz. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Left. Behind.
The Chargers go here. It's Rivers. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. Back. 180. Hey, empty.
On first down, they run with Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They go with Howard again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 27 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm here all day.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers now. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Load it!
From the gun, Rivers. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, orbit. White, 85.
Throwing again. Rivers. And that is incomplete here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And it's complete. Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. Rivers to throw it. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Go, go. Winnie!
Keep it up!
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.
so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Houston Texans. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
You got nothing there. You got nothing. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the screen. Pass. 57. 57's the mic. Put some behind him. Go.
On 1st and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, let's get second.
From the 39, Watson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Set. 19. Let's go, D. Fire left, fire left. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. 59.
From the red zone now, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, once again, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick six, and that decent field position and throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, 74 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
A good run by Jordan Howard. And now another first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. These two teams all tied after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a first and 10.
Go. Waiting. Tyson.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
He's brought down
Jordy.
a 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Haywood.
This is Howard on second down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
Hey, Zeus.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. Check.
Great 57. Two jet.
5.
To throw, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Go. 280.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Stand. Kill.
Smoke.
On 1st down, Howard. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Howard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Pick me up. Here we go. Mike, 55.
Man 5-7.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, it's Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And a kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it. and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Where's the tap? UAT! I got double time. Double time. Let him go. Three down. Out. Check nine. Hey, 59! Hey, no, it's a down. Go.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. Had an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hey, 59. Check Mike 57. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hayward. 57's a Mike.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. Here's Watson. And he's going to go down again. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
That's how we do it.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
You can't block me.
Sunday.
Check. Crouch. Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, Ford Tokyo. Hey, Foxtrot.
Wentz now on first down. The connection with Nelson Aguilar. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Charlie.
SOS.
Hey, check right.
Now Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 41 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him, because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of it. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
53 on front. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Check.
Now a first down throw, Watson. That's Stills bringing it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. Now he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has the only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Now it's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Ball the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
57.
Let him know, let him know.
46 down, man, 5-4. Hey, Echo. What's it done?
Again, it's Howard. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check 55 to Mike. Got one, I got one.
5-9.
55.
Ram. Hey, exit.
Watch out.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And Jeffrey's got it. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Straight 15.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
81.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Go.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's Wentz to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Check. 53. 55. 53 is mine.
Watson. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Watson now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Let's go, defense.
Hey, empty.
On first down, Howard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard. And some space here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing his Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run it again with Miller. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my master